عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي توحد بالعز والبقاء وقهر عباده بالموت والفناء، وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد خاتم الأنبياء وعلى آله الأوصياء. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. لا إله إلا الله. إنا لله وإنا إليه. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الذين إذا أصابتهم مصيبة قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون أولئك عليهم صلوات من ربهم ورحمة وأولئك هم المهتدون. I give condolences لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. خداوند به شما صبر بده حاج خانم. حاج خانم حکاک، زهرا خانم، این راهی که ما باید همه دنبال پیش ببریم، ما باید بریم تو این مسیر دیگه، استثناء نداره. ما همه باید بریم حاج خانم. دخترتون الان در بهشتن انشالله، جای بهتری هستن. لا اله الا الله. بله من میشناسم. بله خوب. بله ولی بهشتن حاج خانم، بهشتن. ایشون جاشون بهتر از این دنیای. لا اله لا اله الا الله. انا لله و انا الیه راجعون. بله بنده هم امشب سوره اعلی را خوندم، چون همیشه خانم دکتر وقتی که میمدن مسجد از من میخواستن که در نماز سوره اعلی بخونم. امشبم برای شادی روح ایشون این سوره اعلی را خوندم در نماز مغرب و انشالله ثوابی از این قرآن. بله بله. سلامت باشید. خدا به شما صبر و اجر بده. لا اله الا الله. خداوند به شما صبر بده حاج خانم. انا لله و انا الیه راجعون. آرزا ببرید دفتر. صلوا علی محمد و آل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أنبياء الله جميعا وعلى سيدهم وخاتمهم حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين. قال تعالى في كتابه الكريم: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الذين إذا أصابتهم مصيبة قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون أولئك عليهم صلوات من ربهم ورحمة وأولئك هم المهتدون. Those when they are stricken by a tragedy, by the loss of a beloved member of their family, their children, immediately they resort to this powerful statement, to this formidable, forceful statement. They remember God. And the remembrance of God is the best remedy. قَالُوا إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ. We come from Him, and to Him we are journeying, without exception. Some people go earlier than others. It's like boarding an airplane. They divide them into groups. Group number 1, group number 2, group number 3, group number 4. We have been divided into groups. Some of us go today. Some of us go tomorrow. But there is no escape from death. Just last week, a young lady, a young Turkish lady. She is the daughter of Turkish tycoon, a billionaire in Turkey, in Istanbul. She was riding her father's private jet, leaving Sharqa to Istanbul just 5 days ago. And the airplane, while flying over Shahrakurd in Iran, she crashes to the mountain. And she was supposed to get married next month. She is only 28 years old. And she was celebrating her bachelorette party in Dubai with 7 of her intimate friends, female friends. Total of 8 young ladies. She's only 28. And she was supposed to succeed her father in his empire, in his wealth. She was looking forward for a happy life, joyful life. But God decided otherwise. Maybe there is something good in that. Nobody knows. 11 passengers of that airplane, they lost their life, including the pilot, who is also female. And they have a big tragedy now. The family cannot believe that their daughter, which was supposed to get married next month, she was well prepared for her marriage, but now she's with God. We never know what will happen to us tomorrow. Only God knows. Only God knows what is the best for us, whether we stay or we leave. Only God knows. Asa an takrahu shay'an. God says sometimes you dislike things, but they are good for you. And sometimes you like things, but they don't happen. Why? God says, Wallahu ya'lamu wa antum la ta'lamun. Because God knows and you don't know. So we have to surrender to God. I say to Khanum Hakkak, who is very distraught for the departure of her young daughter, Dr. Shahnaz, a lady of honor and dignity and faith. We went together to Hajj with her, pilgrimage to the house of God. Whenever she comes to the mosque, she would ask me, Sayyid, please, can you recite Surah Al-A'la tonight in your prayers? So while I was coming to the mihrab, I remembered. And I thought probably if I recite Surah Al-A'la, her soul is going to be pleased. And definitely she would live in peace. Definitely. Those who did well, God is not going to fail them. God is a generous God, is a good God, is a God of mercy and compassion and love. And He had promised us through this book, through the pages of this book, the verses of this book, that once you do good, you lead a life of goodness, then your reward is with me. Your reward is not going to go in vain. Every good act you did, every good sentence you said, every help, every saving of people's life and dignity are stored with me in your saving account. A saving account that is going to remain for you. We pray that Dr. Shahnaz Chadurbaf Aristo is in peace, inshallah, with her Lord. It's very difficult to give condolences to a mother for the departure of her daughter or her son. Very difficult. It's very difficult. The mother is also religious. She has good heart. But may Allah bestow patience on her, inshallah. And Allah is the best one to reward and the best one to heal. And may Allah gives patience to her husband, her sisters, her brother. Bala. To her daughter, Sarah Khanum. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah. Yes. Yes, it's not easy when you miss and lose a good member in the community. It's not easy. But this is our journey, my friends. This is the reality of this life. No one shall survive death. We are journeying. إِنَّكَ كَادِحٌ إِلَىٰ رَبِّكَ كَدْحًا فَمُلَاقِيهِ. You are journeying to your Lord until you stand before Him. We all are going to stand. This is a reminder for all of us. 3 days ago, we lost another young member in our community from the Lebanese community, Abbas Bitar. He used to be here, but cancer did not allow him to continue his life. And he suffered a lot. And again, it was difficult for me to give condolences to his mother. Very difficult. But God is the healer of the hearts. And God will bring reward, my friends. We've been these nights discussing chapter 11, Surat Hud. Tonight will be verses 38 to 41. Let me recite these verses because there are much lessons in these verses. In the story of Noah, there are a lot of lessons for us to reflect upon. Allah says in verse 38, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ويصنع الفلك وكلما مر عليه ملأ من قومه سخروا منه قال إن تسخروا منا فإنا نسخر منكم كما تسخرون. And he was building the ark. Last week, or the week before last week, we spoke about how this great prophet of God, his nickname is Shaykhul Anbiya. Ibrahim is Abul Anbiya. Abraham is the patriarch, the father of the prophets. Noah is the master of the prophets, Shaykhul Anbiya. Because he was old in his age and he worked very hard. He worked very hard, relentlessly, day and night. رَبِّ إِنِّي دَعَوْتُ قَوْمِي لَيْلًا وَنَهَارًا. He loved his mission. He didn't give up. He continued his work day and night. But unfortunately, because of stubbornness, which is a disease, arrogance is a disease, does not allow people to search for the truth. And even if they see the truth, they would not accept it. Even when they discover it and when they see it, arrogance does not allow them to accept the truth. So many members of his community, Noah's community, they rejected him. Not because he was a liar, he was telling the truth, but because they were arrogant. They were arrogant. They did not want to submit. So, the era of preaching, the era of reaching out to them has ended. Has ended after 950 years. came to conclusion. God said to him, إِنَّهُ وَأُوحِيَ إِلَى نُوحٍ وَأُوحِيَ إِلَى نُوحٍ أَنَّهُ لَن يُؤْمِن مِّن قَوْمِكَ إِلَّا مَنْ قَدْ آمَنَ. We said to him, O Noah, after these 950 years, no single number is going to increase. Only those who believed in you. So don't waste your time. No new members are going to join you anymore. إِنَّهُ لَن يُؤْمِن أَنَّهُ لَن يُؤْمِن مِّن قَوْمِكَ. And Allah says, وَمَا آمَنَ مَعَهُ إِلَّا قَلِيلٌ. Only handful of people, they accepted him. Only handful, the vast majority, they rejected him. So Noah was preaching love and compassion and mercy and guidance, but they returned this with hate, with mockery. They were laughing at him. They were scoffing him. So God said, now it's time for the final chapter. Go and build the ark. وَيَصْنَعُ الْفُلْكِ وَكُلَّمَا مَرَّ عَلَيْهِ مَلَأٌ مِّن قَوْمِهِ. When the notable of his community, they passed by him, سَخِرُوا مِنْهِ. They scoff at him, they laugh at him, they ridicule him. They would tell him, listen, no, we said you are crazy from the beginning. Because we did not accept you, now you switched from being the messenger of God into being a carpenter. You are building an ark because you failed in your mission. They don't say that we failed in accepting the truth and following the truth. They put the blame on him rather than accepting the blame themselves, and they say, we are sorry we did not follow you. We did not take up this opportunity to follow you, to be guided, to be civilized, to be true human being. They put the blame on him. They say, you failed in your mission. So now you quit being prophet of God and you are a carpenter now. Others would come and say to him, no, this is another evidence that you are crazy. Where is the water here? You are building a ship, an ark, huge ark in the middle of the desert. Where is the lake? Where is the river? Where is the sea? So they would make fun of him. قال إن تسخروا منا. If you scoff at us, فإنا نسخر منكم. Soon it's going to switch. We're going to scoff of you. كما تسخرون. People's evil action will ultimately rebound upon them. Rebound upon them. People who make fun of others, one day others are going to make fun of them. And this is exactly what happened to this community. This is exactly what happened. He did not give up. Noah did not give up. And no one of you, my friends, no one of you, in whatever capacity you are, whether you are a student, whether you are a father, a mother, a worker, you should not give up your mission. Just because some people reject you, they don't like you, you should not give up. You should continue. You here as an immigrant, if some people don't like you, this is their problem. You have to stay here. This is your country. This is your land. If because you are Muslim, some people do not like you just because of your faith, then this is their problem. You have to continue. Be strong in your faith. Because there are many others who like you. Many others who like diversity in this country. Freedom of religion. Many Americans, they respect Islam. So you have to continue. This is a lesson for us. We should not give up our mission just because we see some resistance here or there. Some people laugh at us. We don't give up. I say to some sisters who come to me complaining about people are laughing at me because I wear hijab at school. I say you are not the only person in this universe that was laughed at. Good messengers of God, good leaders, pioneers in ethics, in morality, in religion. were laughed at. So you are not the only one. That does not mean that you should give up. Just because two people don't like you, maybe those people will change their mind later on. Maybe those people are going to respect you later on. When they find you are strong, relentless in your mission, you respect your principles, you stand by your principles, they will respect you. One day, just before we took off from LAX, I was taking flight to London, and it was Maghrib time, like this time. So I said, I will do my prayers. There is no secluded corner. I stood in one of the corners of the transit lounge, and I did Maghrib and Isha. When I finished, someone came up to me. He said, I am Professor Fulan. I teach at UCLA. I admire what you did here. At this difficult time after 9/11, you stand in the middle of here and you pray. I really admire you and I thank you, and you should continue doing this because this is your country. No one can stop you. There are some people, open-minded people, who will admire you. When you stand by what you believe in, people will respect you. And this is exactly what Nuh did. Nuh did not give up. He didn't give up his mission. He continued. فسوف تعلمون من يأتيه عذاب يخزيه ويحل عليه عذاب مقيم. Now the question is, why does God punish those who do not want to believe in Him? Where is the freedom here? Where is the freedom of choice? Shouldn't God just leave them, abandon them, turn away from them? Why should God punish those people? During the time of Noah and others, why did He punish them? Where is His mercy? Where is His justice? Leave them alone. God says, I would leave them alone, but they would not leave us alone. Those people who are dangerous, people who are radicals, people who believe in violence, people like ISIS, even if you leave them alone, they would not leave you alone. They will come after you. They will destroy your society, your country, your family, your community, your mosque, your hospital, your marketplace, your school. Because they are people of evil. They are people of evil. So you have to protect yourself. Every nation, every community, every creed, every religion has the right, natural right, to defend itself against aggression. You cannot give in to aggression. You cannot tell the aggressor, you are welcome, you can come and destroy and there is no resistance. So God said, we punish them because if you don't punish them, those are like a cancerous cell. This is a disease. Radicalism, fanaticism is a disease, moral disease, social disease, mental disease too. So we have to eradicate them. And this is exactly what in Surat Nuh, this is exactly what Nuh himself said to God. قال رب لا تذر على الأرض من الكافرين ديارا. Oh my Lord, leave not on the surface of earth any one of those disbelievers, because they are dangerous. رب لا تذر على الأرض من الكافرين ديارا إنك إن تذرهم, if you leave them, if you don't take them out, if you leave them, إنهم إنك إن تذرهم يضل عبادك. Number one, they're going to mislead people. It's like ISIS. ISIS are dangerous. If you don't go after them, they will mislead your children. One day you find your son is part of them. They have an amazing ability in brainwashing the youth. Amazing ability. Do you know some of them, they sit in countries far from America, and through emails, through the internet, they brainwash some young American people. American. She's an American. Her parents are white people, Christian in this country. She was brainwashed by someone in North Africa. He recruited her through the internet. Can you imagine? And she purchased a ticket and she was going to join them. And the FBI, they arrested her at the gate while she was boarding the airplane. Can you imagine? Thousands of miles away, but they have the ability of brainwashing some people who are naive. Naive. If people are intelligent, they are not going to be brainwashed. This is why aql and a brain is the most precious gift. Most precious gift. People who use their brain, they are not going to be brainwashed. رَبِّ لَا تَذَرْ عَلَى الْأَرْضِ مِنَ الْكَافِرِينَ دَيَّارًا إِنَّكَ إِن تَذَرْهُمْ يُضِلُّ. They're going to mislead people. وَلَا يَلِدُوا. And they beget not, but إِلَّا فَاجِرًا كَفَّارًا. They're going to beget every disbelieving, immoral person. They have to leave. They have to leave. You have to clean the earth from these viruses. And then فسوف تعلمون من يأتيه عذاب يخزيه ويحل عليه عذاب مقيم. Nuh said to those who are making fun of him, you will see soon the punishment. And there are two types of punishments are coming. One, عذاب يخزيه, a punishment that is disgraceful. It is going to disgrace you. And this is here in this life. In this life, those criminals, murderers, evildoers, when they lose their case, when they are defeated, they are going to feel disgraced. They are going to be disgraced. And there is another punishment, which is the eternal one, in the next life. And that one is وَيَحِلُّ عَلَيْهِ عَذَابٌ مُقِيمٌ. Another punishment, which is an enduring punishment. That one is in the next life. So there are two punishments. One here, in this one, lower life, hayat al-dunya, and one in the next one, in the next life. حَتَّى إِذَا جَاءَ أَمْرُنَا وَفَارَتْ النُّورِ. Then when our command arrived and the oven gushed forth. This is a parable. A parable for God's wrath. God is very patient, my friends. Very patient. Very forgiving. Very merciful. Very compassionate. But then there are limits for God's patience. There are limits. God will give bad people a chance. 1 time, twice, 3, 4, 50, 500, 5,000. But when they don't give up, they don't resort back to God, they don't wake up, they continue doing evil things, then He will run out of patience. God will run out of patience. And this is a metaphor here. This is verse 40. حتى إذا جاء أمرنا وفارت النور. Our command, God pushed the bottom, the red bottom. The time for punishment came. وفارت النور. And the oven gushed forth. Gushed forth. It's an example of God's wrath. وفارت النور. Then قل نحمل فيها من كل زوجين اثنين وأهلك. Carry from every species pair, from every bird, male and female, every animal, male and female, and your family, but only those who believed in your family. Because unfortunately, his wife and his son rejected him. Not only rejected him, they were collaborating with his enemies. They were helping his enemies. And this is another example that in Islam, in our book, in our faith, relationships is not necessarily based on what? On blood. Sometimes your blood relative turns against you. In your home, in your room, lives with you, but he's against God. And God here is saying to Noah that don't invite your wife and your son to embark in the ship. إلا من سبق عليه القول وما آمن ومن آمن, those who believed. They say only 80 people believed in him. ومن آمن وما آمن معه إلا قليل, only few people who did believe in him. And that is another chapter in Noah's life when they embarked upon the ark. And we will continue that story inshallah in the next session. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات تابع اللهم بيننا وبينهم بالخيرات إنك مجيب الدعوات إنك غافر الخطيئات إنك ماحي السيئات وجاعلها حسنات. Again, I give condolences to the community and to the family and friends of our late sister Shahnaz, Dr. Shahnaz Arasto, for her departure. And we ask Allah, the merciful, the compassionate, the loving God, to bestow His forgiveness on her, to bestow His mercy and His compassion and His blessings on her soul. Now she's in the hand of God. Now she's with God. All what we can do for her is to pray for her, is to remember her in goodness. The least thing we can do is whenever you remember her to recite Surat Al-Fatiha. So please, I ask you to join me in reciting Surat Al-Fatiha for her soul. مع الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.